Oops, don't have my mic down yet. Alright. Did you just say I'm the culprit? What? Mitsuhiro? Hey, hold on. How does that make me the culprit? None of the guys has the ability to throw a rubber ball exactly where it was targeted with enough power to burst it. But if we're talking about kicking a ball with that much strength and accuracy wouldn't be impossible for you, right? Especially when you're the ultimate soccer player. Mitsuhiro's talent was said to be almost on par with that of many professional soccer players. It makes sense for an expert like him to handle a much smaller and lighter ball with such ease. No! Wrong, and wrong! Keep quiet if you're not the expert. Soccer balls and rubber balls are different! And I can't do all that even with a soccer ball! Mitch, but you did that thing in Fuji TV's The Master Challenge. You were the special guest of the game, where you had to dribble all kinds of balls and land it on the target. Didn't you have no problems with the rubber ball there? You even did it with a frickin' pea! What?! I saw that episode in the hospital! He easily scored a goal with the soccer ball, then did the same with ping pong balls, shuttlecocks, and one of those large exercise balls, I believe. And you're saying you can't kick rubber balls? Try a better joke. That was all fake! It was scripted! How would that even be possible in real life? Do you think I'm a god or something?
Wow, big scandal alert!
Mitch, are you really the culprit? Did you kill Kyoka?
Yeah, plus wasn't he the one who said the killer would be among the girls?
Oh, this is a trap! I know, Yuki's the culprit! He's trying to accuse me with no evidence whatsoever! Mitch, it's over. Please, just say it. I don't want to do this any longer. Say what? I didn't kill anyone! And why does it have to be me? Do you have proof? Do you have any kind of evidence that I killed? Mitsuhiro, I doubt you would overreact like this if you weren't the culprit. And you seem able enough to perform that trick, using the rubber ball that Yuki mentioned. This is ridiculous! That's pure speculation! Show me the proof! Mitch seems really messed up right now, but it's true that my argument doesn't have a solid backup. I thought of it by process of elimination, not real evidence. Still, it should be somewhere, that one piece of evidence that can nail him down as the killer. I need to point that out, or else we won't get anywhere. Show me the evidence! I can easily prove myself not guilty, you know. Is there evidence that I put the note into Kyoka's room? How do you know that I got those tools from the antique store? Let's go, you. Wait, Mitch, something's off in your statement. Huh? What's off? I don't see anything wrong in it! I know we talked about the culprit using the hook and the rubber ball earlier, but we didn't mention where they got it from. How did you know those tools were from the antique store? What? Because that's where most of the tools are? Yeah, I just thought the antique store was a good place for them to get it from. Personal opinion. That makes zero sense. You normally find hooks and rubber balls in the storage, not the antique store. Yeah, and doesn't the gym have loads of balls too? See, you never know. Both the storage and the antique store might have those. That's why I mentioned the antique store. It looked like that place has practically everything. Mitch, no. One of us has been keeping track of every single item in the storage in the antique store. Am I right, Tedia? Yes, Yuki. Is this why you asked me about this? Trust me, the antique store definitely had hooks and rubber balls. I know because I spent most of my time hanging out there. Also, I'm pretty sure there weren't any hooks or rubber balls in the storage. The ones used in the murder are from the antique store. The way those items were arranged changed after the murder. Whoa, Tedia, you memorized all of that? Wow, what a freak. Shut up! It's just a coincidence, and you still didn't show me proof! Show me evidence! Tangible evidence, not your stupid guesses! I'm not buying it! You're doing this to the wrong person! Jeez, can't you be a man and just say you did it? Hey, Mitsuhiro, will you admit it if we show you evidence? That you're the culprit? I'm not the culprit! If there's no evidence, you can't say I did it! Give me the proof! Proof, proof, proof! If he insists, we probably should show him. Yuki, show him the proof you have. Huh? I have the proof? Be patient and think. You do have proof. You even showed it to us a while ago. I showed the proof to everyone? Is he talking about... I see. I didn't think about it back then, but that can certainly nail Mitch down. I've got to show him what that is. The Terminate Talk shooting is about to begin. In the Terminate Talk shooting, you must overturn your opponent's baseless arguments by shooting them down and ultimately come up with conclusive evidence that can silence your opponent. When your opponent's speech bubble appears, you can press confirm to destroy it. If not destroyed, a speech bubble will eventually disappear and inflict some damage to you. Every speech bubble has a certain amount of health, represented by the number of objects at its top. If you're out of ammunition, you need to replenish it before shooting again. Press shift to reload. Your opponent will take damage every time a speech bubble gets destroyed. If they're out of health, you will be given a chance to deliver the final blow by combining words into decisive evidence. But be wary, if your health reaches 0, your influence gauge will take damage and you must start over. Show me physical proof that I'm the culprit.
これが真実だ。
If you want it, I'll show you. Tangible evidence that can prove you guilty. Which obviously doesn't exist, you moron. It does exist. Remember when I showed you the note to explain how the culprit called Kyoka to the laundry room? The paper used for the note was from the notepad given to us by Monokuma, which means we can see if that note was from your notepad by checking if there was any torn pages in there. What? Well, Mitsuhiro, here's the evidence you've been asking for. Hey, you... this evidence? Are you kidding me? We got this like a week ago. Anyone could have torn a page for who knows what. Huh, anyone could have used it? Then we can try matching Yuki's note with the torn section in your notepad. That way, we'll be clear on whether it was from your notepad or not. Well, but... hey, don't you think the culprit could have used someone else's notepad? How can you be so sure it was from mine? No way, idiot. The notepads were in the drawer in our rooms. How are you going to get one without the owner's permission? And if the owner somehow gave permission, even better. That would automatically mean the person who asked for permission is the culprit. Wait, that's... Mitch, just admit it. I don't want us to keep fighting each other like this. It's over then? Over? Who said it's over? Nothing's over! This is a lie! This is all a big lie! How dare you accuse a superstar like me of murder! Liar, liar, liar! Alright, if you say so. I'll go over the case from beginning to end, then you'll accept it. That you're the only possible culprit, Mitch. Closing argument is about to begin. In the closing argument, you must recap the whole story of the murder case. Events related to the murder will be shown in the form of a comic, and your task is to fill in the blank panels with the correct picture. At the bottom of the screen are several pictures for you to choose from. Select one by pressing confirm, afterwards press confirm again on the blank panel to fill it in. You may also press cancel to cancel your selection. The game will automatically proceed when you correctly fill in every blank panel. You will not be penalized for wrong answers. There's no pesky time limits too, so take all the time you need. Okay. Uh-oh, the nameplates are switched. That one. Culprit slipping the note through the gap. Kyoko was ambushed from her back, not knowing the name of the killer nor the reason she was attacked. Remember to clean up after everything. Rope. It all started last night. While we were all in shock by Monokuma's motive, Kyoka, Haru, and Satsuki decided to hang out together to distract themselves from the stress. They ran around in the hallway until Haru accidentally broke two of the nameplates on the wall. Those two nameplates belonged to Kyoka and Tsurugi. Haru was panicking over breaking school property when Monokuma showed up to give him a warning. He didn't punish Haru since it was an accident, instead ordering him to replace the broken nameplates with new ones. And here's where Haru made a critical mistake. After a trip to the restroom, he got confused about where the two nameplates originally were. He finally chose to go with his gut instinct, which unfortunately turned out to be wrong. This is where Kyoka and Tsurugi's nameplates were switched around. Haru went to his room right after putting the nameplates back, and the nighttime hallway was left empty. At this very moment, someone had decided against going to sleep and was out in the hallway, secretly heading somewhere. The place they were headed was Tsurugi's room. For some reason, they had chosen Tsurugi to be their target of murder. But there was something they were unaware of. Right before they came, the nameplates outside Tsurugi and Kyoka's rooms were switched by Haru. So the culprit had actually gone to Kyoka's room. Unaware of the error, the culprit made their first move. They put a note through the gap below the door. It asked to come to the laundry room at 6 a.m. and contained a lot of false information to make things easier for the culprit. Not everyone would be asleep right after nighttime, and it would be easy to spot a note coming in through the door. That's what the culprit was going for. The next day, as the time approached 6 o'clock, Kyoka, after reading the note, came to the laundry room as she had been instructed. The culprit was hiding in the corner of the room, looking for an opportunity to strike. Since they were expecting to see Tsurugi, Kyoka's sudden appearance would have been a surprise for them. Kyoka continued forward, oblivious of her fate. The culprit was probably confused at first, then either noticed they somehow went to the wrong room or found Kyoka holding the note. They likely had a plan in mind, and changing the target meant they had to risk ruining everything. But there was also the potential of being found out and facing the aftermath if they let her go. At last, the culprit decided to change their target. They already had the weapon ready, and it looked like they would be discovered anyway. Meanwhile, Kyoka was wondering why no one was in the room. Still unaware of the presence of the culprit, she was left vulnerable to their attack. And fell victim to it. After the murder, the culprit wiped off the blood from the body to conceal any evidence of murder. Because it was done almost immediately afterward, Kyoka's clothes didn't get any blood on them. However, they weren't able to take care of the large bloodstain on the floor, maybe because they were in a hurry or they just failed to see it. That bloodstain played a large role in revealing Kyoka was murdered in the laundry room. I think the culprit forgot about the bloodstain while they were busy moving Kyoka's body. They must have gotten in a panic since they killed someone that wasn't part of their plan. The culprit first carried the body over to the girls' restroom. Their purpose was to take advantage of the fact that the students aren't allowed to enter the restroom of the opposite sex. That's when the culprit found the pipe on the ceiling of the restroom. The culprit decided to make use of it and went to the antique store to get the needed supplies. It was less than an hour before the wake-up announcement, so they were probably in a rush. The tools they chose were a rope, a hook, and a rubber ball. The culprit first tied the rope around the rubber ball, then thought of a certain way to hide their involvement. Their idea was to tie the rope on the pipe without entering the girls' restroom using the rubber ball. Since the culprit was a man, they were unable to enter the girls' restroom. Monokuma had previously announced that anyone who sets foot in the restroom of the opposite sex will be shot by the machine guns. But thanks to the fact that the restroom entrance was open with a wall straight across, the culprit was able to tie the rope to the pipe using the elasticity of the rubber ball. It was a risky move as the culprit wasn't able to step inside to correct any mistakes, and making the ball bounce right through that small gap seemed nearly impossible. But the culprit was confident they could do it. This was because as the ultimate soccer player, they had absolute mastery over all types of balls. The rubber ball bounced across the room and right back to the entrance just as they planned. The culprit repeated this several times to make it look as if someone tied the rope by hand. And this is when another unexpected event happened. They must have failed to adjust the strength of their kicks because the rubber ball grew weaker and weaker after each bounce until it couldn't withstand the pressure and popped. This caused the liquid inside the ball to be splattered all over the restroom, becoming a key piece of evidence. The culprit would have wanted to get rid of it, but they couldn't do it without going inside the restroom. The culprit nonetheless decided to go on with their plan. After all, they succeeded in tying the rope to the pipe, and the method they used was virtually unimaginable for a normal person. After getting the rope around the pipe, the culprit removed the ball from the rope and attached the hook instead. Then they threw the hook toward the pipe to fasten the rope on it. The other end of the rope that was left outside the restroom was wrapped around Kyoka's neck. The reason for this was to make it look like Kyoka was hanged inside the restroom. The culprit was hoping to make us think that Kyoka's murderer was inside the girl's restroom and naturally was able to enter it as well. That way, men will be considered suspects in the trial. The culprit, as a man, was trying to use this for their own favor. Everything was ready, and as the culprit was about to push Kyoka inside, they found a piece of paper in Kyoka's hand. It was the note they wrote, held tight in her hand even after her death. Having realized the note will be used against them if discovered, the culprit ripped the note out of her hand. They ripped it, possibly because of rigor mortis, which made it difficult to pull it out. What the culprit didn't know was that most of the important parts of the note were still intact in the piece they left in Kyoka's hand. Thanks to the note, we found out she wasn't murdered in the restroom, which led to the conclusion that the culprit can be a man as well. After getting over the risky part, the culprit tried to get rid of the hammer and the rubber ball. But too much time had passed at this point, and it was early enough for some of us to get up. In a hurry, the culprit left their murder weapon and the burst rubber ball in the garbage dump. They would have wanted a safer option, but the time constraint gave them little time to think. They must have thought we won't find them if they put it aside alongside all the trash. And it kind of worked, since Kakeru and I were the only ones to discover them. When we started coming out of our rooms, the culprit acted like they had just gotten up and waited for the body to be discovered. We soon noticed that Kyoka was nowhere to be seen. As we all know, we went looking around the entire building until Akane discovered the horrible state Kyoka was in. Everyone froze in shock, and while pretending to do the same, the culprit secretly hid a smile at the outcome of their plan. The person who came up with this plan and tried to deceive us all. It was you, right? Mitsuhiro Higa? How was that, Mitch? Do you still have anything to say? You must have forgotten how to speak. What kind of nonsense is that? This is just purely outrageous. Mitsuhiro, it's over. Please be honest. It's pointless for us to keep attacking each other. Mitsuhiro, was it really you? Why? Why did you commit something like murder? No, it wasn't me. I'm not. It's not me. It's not me. Not me. Not me. No. 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 It wasn't me. Whoa! This idiot is going all crazy.
OMG! Mitsuhiro's totally gone wacko. Huh? It looks like you're done. As the headmaster, let me say your discussions were packed with passion in a fashionable way. Passion and fashion? Are they the same? Are they different? Oh, who cares? You don't need any of those to live a good life anyway. So, let's move on to voting time. You don't need any extra explanations, right? Pick the person that you believe is the blackened. Everyone, make your choice using the switch in front of you. And one more thing, just as a reminder. Triple check that you voted for someone. If I ever see a blank ballot, you know what happens. I'm sure none of you would want to be punished for something so trivial like that. Okay then, time to get excited. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Oh, bingo! The blackened of this trial, that is the murderer who killed Kyoka Maki, is none other than Mitsuhiro Higa. What? Hold on. Mr. Higa, did you really?
Mitch, why did you kill her? Tell us. I was a big fan of yours. I liked soccer too. I admired your talent as a rising star. Why did you have to...
Cut it out and say something!
Fine. I killed Kyoka Maki. Are you serious? Finally.
Mitsuhiro, assuming everything we found out is true, you murdered Kyoka even though she wasn't your target. I'm not saying it was okay for you to set up a murder, but you could have quit and spared Kyoka when your plan went wrong. Why didn't you do that? Why were you so stubborn about killing someone? Kyoka did nothing to you.
But... I just had to get out of there after watching that video! That video? Just as I thought. That is the only possible answer. You mean... the motive? Monokuma had showed us that DVD just yesterday. The contents must have been different for each student, but every one of them seemed enough to drive a person toward despair. When I watched my video, I felt myself wrapped by a surge of emotion demanding me to escape here using any means possible. I even pondered the thought of murder. Mitch must have killed due to the same reason. I'm aware of how serious a crime this is. Even a million apologies won't be enough for what I did. But I had to do it. I had to get out of this place, and for that I had to murder. Mitsuhiro, you bastard. I don't know what you saw in your video, but can you even guess what was on mine? Every soccer stadium in the world being reduced to ashes, terrorists attacking FIFA headquarters, and world-class soccer players having gone missing. On top of that, my home team was also...
How could such a thing be possible? I'm sorry.
That's exactly like my case.
Oh, this can't be good. It seems like something has occurred to the well-being of Yuki Maida's warm and caring family. What could have possibly happened at his house?
To Mitsuhiro, soccer would have been like the home where he belongs. Witnessing his own sweet home being completely destroyed would feel... Attack on FIFA HQ? Come on, you know that's utter nonsense. Right? And it doesn't only pertain to yours. All of our videos have been manipulated. You shouldn't have fallen for this trap. Ugh. I couldn't stop trembling after watching my video because it was as shocking and terrifying as yours. It wasn't just you. It was everyone's fight, even Kyoka's. Even though she watched the same absurd video, she was trying to overcome her shock. Ugh. You asshole. I couldn't help it. Soccer is my everything. I'd even say it's more important than my life. I know murder is wrong, but I just had to see with my own eyes if that video was real, even if it meant killing another person. Let me ask you one thing. Suppose that your plan went without a hitch and you got out. What if you found that video was forged? Then what were you going to do? You heard about the class trial and the entrance ceremony, didn't you? The victory of the Blackened is equivalent to the death of everyone minus the Blackened. My point is this. By setting off your murder plan, you opted to take the lives of us 14 for your own needs. But were you aware of the full rate of your choice, or at least prepared to face the consequences? I doubt it. You know what I want to say? You're nothing more than an ignorant moron who wanted to get out of here using soccer as an excuse. Of course our videos were as shocking as yours, otherwise it wouldn't even be a motive. If that alone was sufficient to make a person murder, all of us would have done it by now. But in reality, you were the only one to commit murder. What do you think made that difference? Could it be prioritizing your selfish desires over your so-called friends? Ray, stop it! Don't try to make this any more complicated.
Are you telling me this idiot got shocked by the DVD, then just went on to murder someone without even being mentally prepared?
No, I won't deny that, but soccer really was my everything! Actually, it was pretty well planned out. He even managed to come up with a complex trick immediately after murdering Kyoka. Tsurugi being his initial target doesn't look like a coincidence either. You thought his talent would be an obstacle to your plan, didn't you? Ugh. Bullseye, I suppose. Right. From the beginning, Mitch was willing to murder, even without the motive. A malice beyond description. That's what took Kyoka's life. But so what? Does it even matter? Monokuma was the ultimate ringleader behind all this. Monokuma is the one who drove Mitch to that point. You know what, Mitch? Right after watching the motive, Kyoka told me, Haru, and Satsuki this. Murder, motives, anxiety. Just push them to the side and have fun. That way we can all chill out and strengthen our bond. Kyoka probably got the same amount of shock as you, but she was trying to overcome the situation by getting everyone together. If she had a chance to talk with you yesterday, things could have been different. Ugh.
Why, isn't it so frightening? Who would have guessed that world-class celebrity is nothing more than a bad-tempered coward? This is why you should never judge a book by its cover. No one would have ever thought the Michiko would murder.
What? What are you talking about? It's your fault. This entire situation, Mitch's murder, it's all your fault. How can you even say that?
Don't be so salty. What's done is done. Don't you got a carpe diem? Oh, what's up with that attitude? If you're trying to fight me, give up. You'll probably end up hanging out with your dead friend anyway. Besides, you guys don't scare me at all.
Shut up, Monokuma. I don't know where you got the balls for that, but someday I'll bring you to justice myself.
Tsurugi might be an exception. Gee, look how long you guys have been holding me back. We better get started.
Started on what?
The punishment. What else would it be? I told you, punishment awaits the loser of the class trial.
But punishment? You mean execution? Just give me a sec. Of course I'm guilty. I deserve death. I deserve any kind of punishment. I know I can't ever make up for my crime. But still, are you really gonna kill me? Sure, I killed Kyoka, but isn't this a bit different? Seriously? You're gonna take my life? I can explain. I really must have been crazy. I'm sorry. I'll never do that again. I can rot in jail for the rest of my life. Just don't kill me. Yeah, I'll do anything you want. You can have all the money I earned from playing soccer, okay? I don't want to die! Help me! I'll do anything but dying. I'm begging you. Please don't kill me. Hey, guys, do something. I'm gonna die for real. This is not a joke. Notwithstanding Mitch's desperate cries, everyone turned their hands away from him, including myself.
What is this? Are you scared of dying? Weren't you ready for this when you became the Blackened? Above all, you disrupted order. You killed Kyoka. Whatever the laws outside me be, the rule here is simple. An eye for an eye, a death for a death. No matter what you do, you can't avoid punishment. Once you're revealed to be the Blackened, you are punished. This is an ironbound rule. Now save your breath and let us begin. I certainly wouldn't want my students to procrastinate. So, I prepared a special punishment for the Blackened, Mitsuhiro Higa, the ultimate soccer player.
No! Go away! Go away!
Let's give it all we've got. It's punishment time!
No!
Mitsuhiro has been found guilty. Time for the punishment!
Red card. Death, the volcano shoots.
Yeehaw! That's it, yes! This thrill, this excitement! You can only feel this at punishment time!
Mitch is dead. It happened in an instant. Mitsuhiro Higa, who was alive and breathing merely minutes ago, now greeted us in death amidst scorching flames across the screen. Despair. That was exactly what came up in our mind. Mitsuhiro committed murder. Of course he was unforgivable. But this is too harsh. We have to keep doing this? I can't. Anyone, please, get me out of here! Boo-boo. If you don't want this, don't kill. None of these would happen if you simply stopped caring about the outside. After all, it was Mitsuhiro's own selfish desire that led him to murder. You guys were the ones responsible for this. But how could we just forget about the outside world? It's impossible! Monokuma, what is your intention? What do you get from committing this heinous act?
Intention? Intendium? Huh? What is that? Sounds too hard for me. Nobody cares anyway. You don't have to know it, just heed to my words and all will be fine. Besides, you won't understand a word even if I tell you. Not even the slightest bit about what's going on right now. It's all a waste of time, right?
You son of a...
Oh no, how intimidating! Well, case closed. The class trial is officially over. Everyone rest in peace.
Hey, wait. He's gone. Damn it, what are we supposed to do now? In silence, everyone kept staring at the spot where Monokuma was standing. Although the class trial was over, none of us looked eager to leave the courtroom. After losing 2 friends in a single day and realizing escape is still far out of our reach, we couldn't help but freeze in despair. Everyone, we need to stay calm. If we lose hope here, we won't be able to accomplish anything. But I like seeing movement after watching that execution. How are we supposed to stay calm when our friend has met such a horrible end? Friend? Who is this friend you're talking about? What? Huh? Who else can it be besides Mitsuhiro? You're calling him a friend? I don't get it. Are you calling a murderer your friend? What's wrong with you?
Tsurugi? Sure, Mitsuhiro killed Kyoka and he deserved punishment, but he was still our friend for the past few days, right?
Yes, he was. Now, he's only a criminal who got what he deserved for committing the worst possible crime on Earth. What's so surprising about that? You may argue that Mitsuhiro deserved the death penalty, but do you condone Monokuma's actions? Are you condoning Higa's murder? Yes, Monokuma killing him was also murder. Monokuma's a criminal worthy of death, too. But letting Higa live would be just as absurd. There ought to be retribution for every murder. What the? Are you saying you're glad that Mitch died? Of course! No murderer has the right to live regardless of how many they've killed. What? Sure, Tsurugi has said he despises criminals more than anything else, and that his dream is to end all crime in the world. But still, saying he's glad for someone's death, even if that someone was a murderer, that's insane. Would you also say killing a murderer is acceptable? No way. If you kill a criminal, then you'd be a criminal too. However, wasn't Monokuma already a criminal to start with? When did I say I'll excuse Monokuma's actions? I'm just saying Higa got the thing he deserved. I loathe that bear scum more than anything, but there's one thing he said I can't agree on. An eye for an eye, a death for a death. That is my motto as a police officer. Lunatic! Isn't it a bit problematic for a police officer to say that? Why would it be problematic? I think the real problem is with the current legal system. I'm going to work hard to change the laws in this country. No, the entire world. I'll create a world where no one can dare to commit crime. That's why I need to get out of this place. Same goes for you all. Stop thinking about that killer and strategize how we'll fight Monokuma.
I'm not supporting Mitsuhiro, but something is definitely wrong with you.
Wrong? To me, the way you're acting is wrong. Don't you realize you're already approving his actions by caring about his death?
Criminal or not, somebody just died. How could you react like that when a human being was murdered right in front of you?
How could I? Well, criminals don't count as human beings for me.
Later?
Tsurugi, What happened to you? You weren't like this. What do you mean? I was like this the entire time. I'm just giving some advice to those of you who are being overly hysterical. Of course, I am aware that I am ultimately the one to blame. Kyoka wouldn't have died if I had been more alert. Therefore, from now on, I won't ever allow another murder to happen in the school, no matter what it takes. It's my duty to protect you all, isn't it? You! Stop. Mikako!
She spoke.
Everyone's exhausted. Let's go to our rooms and rest. Calm down. We can talk again tomorrow. Right, this mind-blowing incident got us all heated up. Let's cool our heads and talk again tomorrow. Fine. I don't think you can think logically in this condition either. And thus, our first class trial came to a close on the worst possible note. If it wasn't for Mikako, we might have broken into a fight. Somehow, I feel like everyone went crazy. No, I might be the one who's crazy. 2 of us died in a single day. It would be weird to not go crazy. Will we ever get out of this place? Will we ever escape this monotonous killing game? We took the elevator back to the school building and quietly dismissed ourselves. The atmosphere felt heavy, and a feeling of distrust seemed to pervade everyone like it did on our first day. Everything that happened today already feels like memories of a distant past. Surrounded by this bizarre environment, my sense of reality was slowly fading away. The day I left home for Hope's Peak Academy a week prior to today seemed like it was from a long time ago. I couldn't even recall how my parents looked like. My family. Ugh. Kyoka, the trial, Mitch, execution, Tsurugi. My brain drifted in confusion as these thoughts kept swirling in my mind. We made it through our first class trial, the very embodiment of despair, without achieving anything. But this was merely the beginning of despair. Yuki, save me, Yuki. Mom is really struggling right now. Help, Yuki. Yuki, I'm sorry. I haven't done anything properly yet. It's so unfair to die. In a place I don't even know about. Yuki, you bastard. You incited everyone to lead me to death. You put my dream of getting out of here to death. Maida, Yuki, Maida, Yuki. Maida, Yuki. Ah!
Hello everyone, morning has arrived. It is 7 a.m. Wake up time. Let's have a lively day.
Damn it, I had a nightmare. I don't feel well. I lost 2 friends in one day just yesterday. If you can even sleep, it's weird. The first morning without 2 friends. The goal of getting out of here remains the same, but the mood will be different from the past. Starting today, what should I do? After the class trial was over yesterday, we each decided to rest in our rooms and return to our private room without saying a word. I hope everyone is okay. Who is it? Well, in a situation like this, for a person to come to my room is... I can't figure that out yet. Oh, it's Kinjo. Why? Maida, you don't look very good. I can't be good. 2 friends have died. I feel the same way. I too couldn't sleep because the shock of Maki's death didn't go away. He doesn't even mention Higa. But in order to not let her death be in vain, why don't we get out from here as soon as possible? That's true. Anyway, we must have cooled down a lot more than yesterday, so let's all get together and talk. I have something to tell you. Something to tell me? I'll let you know soon. Come to the dining hall. Kenjo, who's strong in action and leadership, but yesterday we saw that face and a feeling of disbelief arised. Are you really tolerating Higa's murder? Of course, it's also a murder that Monokuma did. To Higa, even Monokuma is a bastard criminal who deserves to die. But leaving Higa alone wouldn't be safe. A murderer must be punished severely. What? So you think it's good that Higa died? Of course. Anyone who kills even one person has no right to live here. Genjo's desire to protect us is real. But no matter how Higa killed, such a statement ignores human dignity. Which makes it different to different to think about it here. But it's true he has a good brain. For now, I should head to the dining hall. Alright, in the next episode we will be starting chapter. No. I was originally wanting to go game by game. I was originally wanting to switch game by game, but I think but with how things have been, I think I'm going to switch chapter by chapter. So in the next episode of Danganronpa Another, we will be starting chapter 2, but the next video I will make will be starting the first chapter of a different series that I would like to do.